Gabi and Will's daughter rumored to be returning as a teenager, and the implications for the Hernandez family as well as the larger Salem landscape could be profound. There have been quiet chatter about Ariana's potential return for months. Speculation has grown recently after actress Marissa Reyes was spotted with current cast members, including Gabi and Al Calderon, who plays Gabi's brother, Javi Hernandez. Fans who closely follow the cast on social media took notice when Dan Feuerriegel, who plays EJ Demera, shared an intimate Instagram story featuring Reyes and the gang. With Reyes also appearing in other behind-the-scenes footage and developing an impressive network of connections with the cast online, it became increasingly clear that she was ready to join the iconic daytime drama series in a full-time capacity. The question no longer seems to be if Reyes is joining the cast, but who she'll be playing. And the most logical and thrilling possibility is that she's been tapped to portray a teenage Ariana Horton. Growing up off-screen and now returning home like many children of core characters on Days of Our Lives, Ariana has done a fair amount of growing up off-screen. Last seen as a young child played by Lane Rosa, Ariana has been mentioned often, but viewers haven't seen her in years. She's been living in Arizona with her father Will and his husband, Sonny Kiriakis. Though her presence has always been felt in spirit, a reintroduction as an older teen offers the perfect opportunity to dive into a new era for the character and for Salem itself. Ariana's return would align with the show's recent trend of rapidly aging its younger characters. Holly Jonas, for example, was reintroduced as a teenager, now played by Ashley Puzimis, and has already been at the center of drama involving Tate Black. It only makes sense for Ariana to be reimagined around the same age. Likely 17 or 18, making her ready for romance, rebellion, and plenty of emotional twists and turns. What to expect from a teen Ariana in Salem as Ariana returns to Salem and settles in with her mother. Longtime viewers can expect a mix of heartfelt family reunions and the inevitable growing pains that come with teenage characters on daytime dramas. Gabi, who has always been fiercely protective and headstrong, may find herself struggling to connect with the daughter she hasn't seen regularly in years. There's bound to be an emotional adjustment as Ari shifts from being the child Gabi remembers to a young woman with her own opinions, ambitions, and perhaps even secrets. Rumors are already swirling that Ariana may soon find herself romantically linked to another legacy character, Doug Williams III. The possibility of a budding romance between Ari and Doug could create ripple effects throughout the canvas, especially if Holly rekindles things with Tate, leaving Doug emotionally available. The writers have a golden opportunity to create a new generation of Salem storylines that echo and complicate the dramatic pasts of their iconic parents. Trouble brewing? Of course, days wouldn't be days without a little trouble in paradise. Teenage characters are often written with dramatic arcs that challenge their parents, test relationships, and stir up tension both at home and around town. It's easy to imagine Gabi struggling to maintain control as Ariana pushes boundaries, questions her family's history, and tries to carve out her identity in a town where everyone seems to know each other's secrets. There's also the potential for Will and Sonny to feel conflicted about Ariana's decision to move in with Gabi. As devoted parents, they might be reluctant to let go, especially if they're concerned about the influence Gabi's chaotic personal life could have on their daughter. On the other hand, Ariana may be looking to reconnect with the part of her heritage she hasn't fully experienced. Moving to Salem could symbolize her desire to bond with her mother's side of the family and truly understand her roots. A new generation of drama. Ariana's arrival will undoubtedly shift the dynamics within the Hernandez family, but it could also influence the broader web of relationships in Salem. Gabi's world, which has already been shaken by the return of her brother Javi and the ever-complicated presence of Stefan Demera, may soon be turned upside down once more. If the rumors about Ari's connection to Doug Williams III are true, the storyline could develop into a powerful blend of teen romance, family feuds, and generational drama. For viewers who fondly remember the romantic entanglements of Salem's past, from Sammy and Lucas to Will and Sonny, the idea of a new young couple navigating love and loyalty is both nostalgic and fresh. It also begs the question, how will legacy characters like Marlena, Kate, and Roman respond to Ariana's return? Given her ties to so many influential families, the Hernandezes, the Hortons, the Demeras through association, her story could quickly become central to multiple ongoing plot lines. Looking ahead as Marissa Reyes' debut draws closer, fans are eagerly awaiting confirmation and a glimpse of what Ariana Horton has become. Has she inherited her mother's fire? Her father's sensitivity? Will she follow the straight and narrow or stir up trouble in Salem High and beyond? The possibilities are endless, and that's what makes this casting choice so exciting. For longtime fans of Days of Our Lives, the return of Ariana Horton is more than just another casting update. It's a reminder of the show's rich history and its continued commitment to telling stories that span generations. From her complicated beginnings to what could become a compelling, multi-layered future, Ariana's return might just be the shake-up Salem didn't know it needed. So, whether you're a Gabi fan, a Will and Sunny supporter, or just someone who loves to see the next generation take center stage, get ready. Ariana Horton's homecoming is bound to be anything but quiet. And if history has taught us anything, when a Horton and a Hernandez reunite in Salem, drama is never far behind. Days of Our Lives weekly preview, JJ and Sean dig deeper into EJ's shooting as Salem turns on itself. The sleepy streets of Salem are once again buzzing with scandal and suspicion in the aftermath of a shocking and violent crime. On Days of Our Lives, beloved detectives JJ Devereaux and Sean Brady find themselves neck-deep in one of the most perplexing cases they've ever encountered. The shooting of E.J. DiMera, a prominent and polarizing figure who has long walked the fine line between justice and corruption. The stakes are high, the motives are tangled, and nearly everyone in town seems to have a reason to want E.J. gone. It all began on what seemed like a typical night at the DiMera estate. E.J. was found shot in his own living room, leaving Salem stunned and grasping for answers. The case quickly became a top priority for the Salem Police Department, with JJ and Sean assigned as lead investigators. However, what seemed at first like a straightforward criminal investigation has turned into a complicated web of secrets, betrayals, and hidden motives. A crime of passion, revenge, or opportunity? The detectives begin their inquiry by casting a wide net, and rightfully so. EJ has amassed quite a few enemies over the years. First up for questioning is his own sister, Kristen DiMera. While the DiMeras are known for their tight family ties, they're equally notorious for turning on each other when it serves their interests. Kristen, who's been unpredictable at best and dangerous at worst, quickly becomes a person of interest after officers find a gun in her purse. The discovery raises immediate red flags, though Kristen insists she had nothing to do with the shooting. But Kristen isn't the only one with access to a firearm that night. Gabi Hernandez also comes under scrutiny when she admits to having handled a gun just hours before the crime took place. Gabi's fiery temper and volatile relationship with EJ make her a potential suspect. She claims she was scared and acted out of emotion, but in Salem, even emotional decisions can turn deadly. And then there's Johnny DiMera, EJ's own son, who was seen taking a gun from the Brady pub. No one knows what he intended to do with it or if he used it. The implications are chilling. Could a son turn against his father? What would drive Johnny to do something so drastic? JJ and Sean are determined to find out. Meanwhile, Ava Vitali adds another layer of confusion to the mystery. On the night EJ was gunned down, Ava was spotted discarding a firearm in a public trash can before abruptly skipping town. The timing couldn't be more suspicious. Ava has a long and tumultuous history with the DiMera family, and her abrupt disappearance only fans the flames of suspicion. To make matters even more complicated, Kate Roberts, a woman not known for holding back when provoked, had recently lashed out at EJ and made veiled threats against him. She's been burned by him in the past and isn't shy about admitting her disdain. Did her simmering resentment finally reach a boiling point? A maze of clues and misdirection as JJ and Sean sift through witness statements and circumstantial evidence, they discover that the trail to the truth is anything but linear. Every time they think they're getting closer to a suspect, another revelation throws their theories into disarray. Next week promises even more twists as the detectives follow a series of new leads that pull them deeper into Salem's underbelly. Their commitment to solving the case is unwavering, but even they begin to realize that this investigation might require them to look beyond the obvious. It's not just about who had a motive, nearly everyone did. It's about who had the opportunity, the means, and perhaps the desperation. Some fans believe the shooter might be someone completely off everyone's radar, a quiet figure who's been watching, waiting, and planning. Could the real culprit be hiding in plain sight? Belle's breakdown and Sean's new flame? As the investigation continues, it starts to take a toll on the people closest to it. Sean Brady finds himself grappling with emotional complications of his own. Spoilers hint that he may be developing feelings for someone unexpected, someone connected to the case. Could these growing feelings cloud his judgment? And what will this mean for his on-again, off-again relationship with Belle? In fact, Belle's world may be on the verge of crumbling altogether. Rumors suggest she could discover something that shatters her trust in the people she loves most, perhaps even involving her own family's role in the investigation. With her loyalty pulled in multiple directions, Belle may soon reach a breaking point, one that could send shockwaves through her marriage and her career. Chad DiMera? Guilt or grief? Meanwhile, Chad DiMera, who has tried to maintain a sense of control and dignity throughout the investigation, begins to buckle under pressure. Some in town are starting to whisper that Chad may know more than he's letting on. Could guilt be eating away at him? Or is he simply overwhelmed by the drama unraveling within his own family? Chad has always been the more stable and rational DiMera brother, but with EJ critically wounded and the family business on shaky ground, he may be struggling to maintain that composure. His behavior becomes increasingly erratic, leaving even his closest allies wondering where his loyalties truly lie. A shocking twist: could Kristen's daughter hold the key? Just when it seems things can't get more complicated, an unexpected twist emerges. Kristen's daughter is reportedly the only other confirmed person to have been at Chez DiMera the night of the shooting. Details remain scarce, but whispers suggest she may have seen something or done something that could change the course of the entire investigation. Was her presence that night purely innocent? Or could she be hiding a devastating secret that could turn the case on its head? As the mystery deepens, Salem braces for revelations that could tear families apart and change lives forever. JJ and Sean must rely not only on their instincts but also on their ability to navigate the emotional minefield of personal relationships and long-held grudges. With every new clue uncovered, the line between friend and foe grows increasingly blurry. The coming days in Salem promise heartbreak, betrayal, and maybe even redemption, but only if the truth comes to light. Until then, no one is safe and everyone is a suspect.